Hey, what's up, everybody? Good morning. Day 29. We're back out here. It is Friday, January 30th. We are 8.7% complete or going to be. That means 8,700 total reps so far this year. We're trying to get to 100,000 reps doing the vegan 300 reps a day. So that's what we're out here doing. Another day about to be in the books. Today's comment responded to, again, Northern Boys 9204. Hey, by the way, respect you as a human, but you shouldn't push your views on others. I actually think it's quite cool. You're vegan because I could never eat just plants. That's impressive. I hope you're having a good life, my brother. Well, I appreciate it, Northern Boys 9204. First, I understand. I appreciate you respect me as a human. It's more about respecting others is what I want you to understand. It's, like you respect me. I think that we should all respect animals, right? And it's really not about my views. It's just, I'm asking you to question yours because I think that we have this same idea that we shouldn't harm or, you talk about pushing our views on someone else. How about actually pushing violence and death on others? Like what's worse? And then if you talk about pushing my views, I'm just offering how I see it. I'm just offering what I've went through. So I'm not pushing my views on others. But I appreciate you think it's cool because I'm vegan. I thought the same thing, that I couldn't eat just plants, but like it's possible. And so I know that if I can do it, I know that you can do it. And it's really not that impressive. It's just changing what you already like to eat into a plant-based option. There's really nothing, it's not complicated. And I think it should be just the default option. I know that none of us like what happens to animals in slaughterhouses. And by contributing to that, we're supporting that. And so like it's contradicting, right? You're in conflict. That's why that cognitive dissonance comes in. So, just align your actions with your beliefs. You talk about my views and my beliefs. I mean, I've just aligned my actions, and I think it makes you feel a certain way. And then you talk about me pushing my views on others. It's how you think. It's how you were brought up. I'm just questioning because you're not aligned. You're not aligned with that. Most people. So that's my thought on that, Northern Boys. But I appreciate you respect me as a human, but I want you to respect all animals, not just me or humans. I want you to respect all animals, including the ones that are going through it or have it the worst, which is the ones that we eat or the ones that are slaughtered for food when they don't have to be. So, I'll continue to share my story, share my experience. And if you want to call it pushing my views or pushing my beliefs on you, that's just the way that you feel. Like you don't have to listen to me. You don't have to take what I'm saying, but I'm encouraging you to go do the research yourself. That's all. So, it's not really cool that I'm vegan. And I know that you can just eat plants. Like I know that. Like every human can. Every human can, because you're not hunting for survival. You're not doing any of that. All right, Northern Boys. Hope that answers that question. Day 29. Cold out here, guys. 23 degrees. I think we're in like single digits out there for sure. Let's get after this one. I'm going to say I get that a lot of pushing beliefs, you know. It's like let people do what they want to do. It's like, if you saw something, we talk about that at work. If you see something, say something. And if you're seeing something that's just wrong, you got to say something. You know, would you walk by if you saw this? If you saw these animals getting tortured and hurt? You know, and not only because it's against the law, right? Because food, I mean, it's not against the law. But it's all happening behind big manufacturing plants. You know? That's what it's that's what it is. I'm low on battery. We gotta charge it up here shortly. We'll get another day here. 29. We're almost at 30 days. That means 3,000 reps each. That means almost 9,000 repetitions so far this year. So we're going to keep it going one day at a time. But I realize after, like, when I get to 33 days, 33, right? Still have 300 more days to do. So we're not trying to get ahead of ourselves, but that's a long time. It's a long ways away, but, you know, just one day at a time. All right, 10 seconds. Here we go. £20 dumbbells. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, pushing beliefs, pushing your beliefs. That's just, that's on you. You just don't like what you're hearing. 1. And what's worse, to pushing violence and death on others or their beliefs. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 3 rounds done. Chipping away. Moving slow today. I'll tell you, I really didn't want to get up. Gotta be 345. One, no alarm. Was not feeling it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, halfway. Still not a bad pace. We're still under 30 minutes. Just got to keep moving. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, All right, 7 rounds in, complete. We got 3 more to go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, here goes. Finishing up round 8. We go start round 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, here we go. Last round. We gotta get through it. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Last one. 100. 10 rounds of 10. Last row. 10 cows on the row and we're done. There's 100. 25. 56. Under the 26. That's some good stuff right there. That's some good stuff. All right, we made it through day 29. 8,700 reps total on the year. It's January 30th. So looking back at this month, missed one day. So, you know, I don't regret that day off. It's early. I don't need to be unbroken. And I'm glad I got it out of the way early. You know, do I think I could have pushed through it? Yeah, but it's too late. You know, I can't look back. And, you know, that's okay. You know, I'd say you need days off. I think you need to build in days off in case you need it, you know? But, so under 30 minutes out here for sure. You know, you don't need a lot of warm up, especially if you're going light dumbbells. You just got to keep moving. Just keep moving through it, breathe, and get through it. You know, I'll keep saying it. It's one day at a time, one rep at a time, one wake up at a time. You know, you just one round at a time. Then you'll get to 10 rounds and you'll be good. Hey, good morning. Just finish up day 29, 8,700 on the year. Feel good. It's Friday. Feel good. It's Friday, 4:57 in the morning. You know, like before 5 a.m., we just completed 300 repetitions, basically 100 of 3 different movements, all wrapped up in one. And we did rowing. So, man, I'm a firm believer of this vegan 300 workout. You know, it's a full body workout. I mean, we've gotten, you know, we're about to hit 30 days tomorrow. And it's just going, wow. Oh, there are 31 days in January. So we're not done yet. We got one more day of January. and then we'll look back on the month, and I'm going to say I'll be out here tomorrow, and then we're going to hit 9,000 repetitions in the month of January, which is pretty incredible. We'll be 9% complete, and we're just going to keep chipping away at this 100,000. You know, there's no other option. There's no other choice other than to stop, which I'm not ready to stop here. But Northern boys, you know, hey, by the way, I respect you as a human. You know, and I think that you should respect, I mean, all humans, as long as they haven't done anything bad or what they don't know. But yeah, I mean, I appreciate you respect me as a human. Also, it's easy to respect the fact or respect others that show empathy and compassion to the vulnerable. You know, and obviously the animals are very vulnerable in what they're going through. So if you meet somebody that speaks up for them or shares their own personal experience and encourages you to do the same, you know, like why would you not respect that person? Why would you not respect others that, you know, help the less fortunate, which is exactly what vegans are doing. So it's easy to respect, you know, people who do that. So I appreciate it. But talking about pushing your views, I've also heard pushing beliefs on others, just sharing my experience. And I'm sharing because I was in this, you know, society growing up where I just never questioned it. And I'm encouraging people to question it early because I never had the opportunity to come across a video like this. I never had an opportunity to hear others, or I never did. No other vegan, I didn't know what vegan was. And so I'm not pushing the views on others. I'm just sharing my experience, and I'm sharing, you know, my thoughts on the whole situation because I wish somebody did that to me. And I'm actually challenging your beliefs, and I'm challenging why they're not like coordinating, or while they're not you know, in relation to your actions, why they're not, I mean, basically they're conflicting. So your actions and your beliefs, they're contradicting. So I'm not pushing my views, or I'm not pushing my views. I've also heard forcing beliefs, forcing my views, forcing my beliefs onto others. And in no way, shape, or form can I force what I believe or my thoughts onto you, onto anyone. But what we're actually doing, we're forcing animals into gas chambers, into slaughterhouses. And so, like, what would you rather? Let's just say that was true. Would you rather someone force their beliefs, or force them into the slaughterhouses and force them to be killed for food because of what we're paying for, because of what you're paying for? So, you know, like, say you shouldn't. I think that's a reflection on Northern boys. I think that's a reflection on you, right? Because you're uncomfortable because your actions aren't lining up to your beliefs. And because, again, helping the less fortunate, helping the vulnerable, or speaking up for them when they have no voice, and encourage others to do the same, encouraging others to do the research and understand that you don't need to eat animals to be strong and healthy. And I'm questioning, why do you continue to eat and contribute to forcing animals into gas chambers, into slaughterhouses? So, you know, I do think that you can become vegan. And vegan is just a philosophy. So it's not a diet. And sure, like, we eat more than just plants, right? Like, I mean, I know it's just plants, but there's so many different types of plants. And it's not just the same animals: cows, pigs, chickens, turkeys. Like, there's so many other plants and plant varieties that it's going to open up a whole new world. You're going to, I mean, your palate is going to change. You're going to have so many options out there, and it's not just the same options. So, you know, you can think it's impressive. It's really not that impressive. It's just, you know, I'm going to say, doing the research, understanding that you absolutely can get all the proteins, nutrients, vitamins, minerals that you need to be strong, fit, and healthy from plants. So it's really not that impressive. And I mean, having a good life. Yeah, I mean, I hope you are too. But think about the animal's life, right? It's not about, I'm going to say my life or your life. Think about the others. Think about others and forcing them into gas chambers, forcing them into slaughterhouses. So you could talk to me about forcing my views, pushing my views, just sharing my experience. And I think that you're uncomfortable because of what you're hearing. And you don't like that because it doesn't align up with your actions, because obviously you still contribute to forcing animals into slaughterhouses. And I think that makes you uncomfortable, because I don't think anybody wants that. I don't think anybody enjoys the fact of thinking about what the animals go through. I don't think anybody enjoys that. But yet here we are eating multiple times a day, eating animals that likely went through the slaughterhouse, likely went through that traumatic experience. And I know that you and I wouldn't like to go through that experience, but yet we force other beings into those experiences just for taste and pleasure. So I think it's like just the bare minimum. It's the default. What I think every human should be is like, you wouldn't want this done to you, so why are we doing it to others? And it's as simple as choosing plant-based option versus meat option. It's as simple as choosing the plant option versus the meat option. It's really that simple. There's so many books out there. There's so many recipe guides that you can look at, that you can get, and you just change the meat. You substitute the meat for plant-based option. So, you know, it's cool to be vegan. I mean, it's cool to be compassionate. It's cool to have empathy. It's cool to speak up for the less vulnerable. I think it's actually like it should do it, you know? Like everybody should do it. And I just, I don't people aren't doing it is because you're not used to it. That's not the way you were brought up. That's why you're not doing it, and you're comfortable. It's comfortable, like, not changing what you're doing, right? You got your habits. You're just doing your thing. But yet, look at what you're affecting. Look at who you're affecting by choosing those options. So that's it. And it's hard to respect people that understand what's happening and then still choosing to contribute to it. And I know it's hard to break habits, and I know it's hard. You might think it's hard, but like, it's the default. It's what every human should strive to do, is speak up for the vulnerable. You know, I think that's what every human should do. So I'll continue to push my views. I'll continue to share them. I'll continue to force my beliefs, even though that's not what's happening. I'm not forcing beliefs, but I do know that it's challenging your beliefs and then your actions. I think you contradict your beliefs with your actions. I think that there's a contradiction there. And so people don't like that. It makes them uncomfortable. And then you have to respond and then tell me to, like, stop it. Stop forcing your views. Stop forcing your beliefs. And it's like, no, it's just, you're uncomfortable. That's what that means. It means you're uncomfortable with what you're hearing, because your views and your beliefs don't match your actions, because you're still contributing to it. And I gotta know that it's wrong. I gotta believe that it's wrong to what's happening to the animals. Gotta believe that. You can't tell me that's a good thing. That's what's happening to the animals. It's not necessary. So how can that be a good thing? How can it be a good thing to put animals into slaughterhouses? How can it be a good thing to kill animals when we don't have to? Like, I would say, just think about that comment. Think about that statement. Like, how is that a good thing? How is that a good thing that what's happening to them? And it's regardless of what you want, regardless of what it does for you, taste, pleasure, tastes good, it's what you're used to, it's traditions. I mean, all the reasons why you're doing it. But once you know, now you're in contradiction. Now you have to now you're uncomfortable. And so you have to settle it. You got to settle it somehow. And settling it is, humor. Settling it is jumping off, like not watching it, like don't hear it, cover your ears. But the facts are there. I mean, the facts are there. So just just do the research on your own. I mean, nobody could be around. You don't have to share that what you're doing. Like look up footage. Look up footage of what you're contributing to. Like just look it up. Just Google it. Like you don't have to tell others if you're embarrassed. Like, oh, I don't. Those vegans are weird, man. Like I can't. I could never be, nice and sincere to animals. I could never. But like you can. And it's pretty easy to do it once you see the footage. Someone asked me yesterday, eggs. I had a big long response to eggs, and really didn't understand vegans on the reason of why we choose not to eat eggs. And I'll say, number one, I mean, what we're eating, it's a menstrual cycle. It's a chicken's period. So I mean, if you think about like what we're actually consuming and eating, and then two, I mean, we're eating it as normalizing the eating of other animals, either body parts or eggs or other animals, like things are produced from animals. So I think it normalizes it, whether it's from a homegrown chicken or, I mean, really doesn't matter, but it normalizes the action, which is, it shouldn't be normal. And then two, like all eggs come from or stem from the egg industry. And what happens in the egg industry is terrible. And I'll share with you that the one thing that was instantly got me to stop eating eggs is what happens to the male baby chicks that are born into the egg industry. So I seen a video where they're on a production line and this guy is looking at the sex of the chicks coming down. And if he determines that the chick is a male, he puts them on the conveyor belt, on a different conveyor belt, and that conveyor belt goes into what's called a masquerator. It's a big blender with blades, live. Like these animals, these baby animals, these baby chicks are put onto a conveyor, and they're blended alive in a big blender. I mean, just because they're male and they serve no purpose in the egg industry. How can anybody think that that's the right thing to do? And the reason why they do it is because it's cost effective. You know how would you humanely kill a baby chick? Like millions of them. Like, what do you do? Well, I think we have to stop breeding them into existence, number one. But it starts with us. We have to stop contributing to it. We have to stop supporting it. We have to stop funding it. So, but I mean, it's a terrible thing of what happens to these animals. Terrible thing. And if you're contributing to it, I mean, you got to think about why you're contributing to it. Is it worth it? Is it worth it? Like, do you feel good about yourself when you contribute to it? And I think that answer has to be no. So, just think about your beliefs and your views. Right? I think we have the same beliefs and same views. It's just my actions align to those and yours don't. So you can think it's cool to be vegan, and then I think this goes in general. Like you should never tell yourself that you can't do something. Like I could never do that. I told myself I could never give up drinking. Like I'll always have drinks. Like I'll always have a beer. And that's just, well, it hasn't been true for over 5 years. But if you tell yourself that you can't do something, like you're going to be more inclined to believe it. And if you tell yourself enough times, you're certainly never going to be able to achieve the things that you say that you can never do. So you have to stop telling yourself that you can never do those things, including being vegan, because you can be vegan. Absolutely. If I could be vegan, if my entire family could be vegan, you could be vegan too. And it's not a diet, it's a philosophy. And it starts with, hey, I want to align my beliefs and my thoughts with my actions. Okay, I want to align my beliefs, my views, and my thoughts with my actions, because now I'm aligned. That's like saying, I'm a good person. I don't wanna go out and punch someone in the face, and then I go out and punch someone in the face, even though I know it's wrong. If I know it's wrong, and I just sat here and just said that it's, that I believe that it's wrong, but yet I'm doing it, like I'm doing the wrong things. So I'm in contradiction. So now I can say, well, he looked at me funny, or I just didn't like the way he smiled at me. Like, for whatever reason it is, it's like, why are you trying to harm? You think it's okay to harm someone just because you didn't like the way they looked? I mean, same thing. Do you think that just for your taste and pleasure is enough reason for what the animals go through? I think that you just got to ask yourself that. All right, so thank you, Northern Boys, for the comment, today's comment. Appreciate it. Hope you all have a great day. Friday today. Be safe out there. And then try a plant-based option. Go ahead and go on Amazon or go Google like a plant-based option. Try to replace one of your meals today with a plant-based option. I don't think it's that hard. Go look for a plant-based option. If you go out to eat, if you go out to a restaurant, try a plant-based option. Get some conversations going with people. Ask them what they think. Ask them why they continue to eat animals. But more importantly, ask yourself why you continue to eat animals when you don't have to. All right, guys, day 29. We'll see you guys tomorrow, day 30. Have a great day. Peace.